So check this out. This is a very interesting article from John Deaton, who was on the channel, friend of the channel. He says, if Ripple wins SEC lawsuit, only Bitcoin and XRP will be safe. And I have to say, I kind of think that's not true. I do think Ethereum is also in that group. I don't think, Ethereum will ever be considered a security. I don't think they'll ever go after it. So I would add Ethereum to that list. But outside of that, we know generally things that are decentralized have a better opportunity to not be considered securities. But, we won't necessarily have precedent because everything in this lawsuit is going to get redacted. But John says what's crazy ironic is that with Dirty Gary Gensler at the helm, the lawsuit could ultimately give Ripple and XRP an advantage moving forward. And I agree. I've said this before. That's why this case happened. Okay. I've put the pieces together for this. Okay. The reason why this case happened, it's not real. A settlement was always coming. XRP had to shed the label of a security. It had to shed that label. That's what this whole thing was set up for. Okay. This was not set up to really determine whether XRP is a security or not, actually, in a fair way. This was always a setup to make sure that people no longer have this concern about XRP being a security going forward. John Deaton, the attorney for approximately 65,000 XRP holders, shared his thoughts on what may come next. He said, there's a way for the Ripple case to end and all parties win. It requires two things: favorable rulings for Ripple on fair notice and on the deliberative process privilege, and an altcoin bull market chart with an upwards trend causing XRP to surpass all-time high, for example, hitting $5 or above. And I agree with that 100%. Let's see. Dean started out by reminding that Ripple owns 50 billion XRP. A $5 XRP equals Ripple being worth $250 billion, significantly more valuable than Morgan Stanley or Goldman Sachs. How about that? If Judge Torres denies SEC's motion to strike the fair notice defense and Judge Netburn overrules the SEC's claim that Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP documents are privileged, Dirty Gary and the SEC could be facing a very significant precedent-setting loss with huge implications. And I told you guys before, I don't think that's going to happen because everything's going to be redacted and sealed. That's kind of the deal with this, is that XRP gets to shed the label, but there's not precedent for other crypto going forward. So the SEC can go after any crypto that is not in their financial cartel. The implications cause SEC to avoid a trial or summary judgment. If XRP were to hit $5, Ripple could sell 10% of the monthly unlocked escrow and pay a settlement fine totaling as high as $500 million. That's an interesting number. What is that fine going to be? I think for EOS, I think it was $98 million that they got fined after a $4 billion raise. If Ripple is supposedly worth $250 billion, that number would probably be significantly more. I'm looking somewhere between 500 million and $1 billion. I think that's probably a pretty fair guess to where this is going to end up at. He says it could be one of the biggest settlements in SEC history. And if you're in the XRP army, I want you to put that hashtag XRP army in the chat. And I want you guys to like this video if you like it when we cover XRP stories. So this is ETH and ADA next. What do you think about this, BJ? Is Cardano the next project the SEC goes after? What do you think, BJ?
How would it? Like, this is a legitimate question. There's what, over 3,000 nodes. It is decentralized, is it not?
Yeah, it's much more decentralized than a lot of other projects.
So
in the
does
way
that
that
smell
they
like FUD?
Yeah, it does smell like FUD,
Okay,
100%. That's what I was getting at for sure.
Sweet.
I don't see any way that they're, basically what it is he's saying like, hey, the SEC going after XRP, only Bitcoin and XRP are safe. ETH, Cardano, just because they exist. So I don't think that's going to happen. There's nothing really to go after with Cardano. And when you think about the fact that Cardano got removed from eToro, I think that adds a little fuel to this fire here. Like they said, it was due to regulatory concerns. I will tell you this, and I will try to confirm this today. I have not heard anything that leads me to believe that they are going to go after Cardano. But I will tell you this. If they do, this is why. The financial cartel hates Cardano. Why do they hate Cardano? Because they cannot control it. They can't get the Cardano sellers to hold. And it's been really frustrating. They've been trying to suppress, they've been trying to press the price down, trying to get people to give up on Cardano. I will tell you this, if Cardano is still sitting at $1.70, 2 years from now, holders will still not have sold. Okay. They believe in Charles, they believe in this project, and they will continue to follow this regardless of what happens in the short term. And that's what makes them so angry. So if they were to go after Cardano, it would really be just to try to go after one big accumulation where you do scare people into selling, not based on any merit, not based on validity, not based on an actual, based on doing the same thing that the SEC worked hand in hand with the financial cartel to do last year when they brought this case to begin with. So the wild card out there is that, they do not like the Cardano hold.
I mean, what made me so bullish on the eToro thing was the fact that the head of eToro was one of the guys who was on the white paper for Ethereum. I mean, that's
Yeah.
makes it they're scared. I'm not gonna say
Yeah.
Cardano is gonna definitely win, but it's like with Plutus and everything else, it's like they're building this from the ground up. Those nodes have never gone down. They've done over 20 million transactions successfully. Like Ghost Chain, no, get out of here.